Hi, I'm Lucy Edwards, Director of Client Success at VHT Studios. And today I have a great pleasure to be with my guest, Michael Saunders, with Michael Saunders Company. And you are the founder and the CEO of this absolutely fabulous company with such rich history and stellar reputation.
I love your enthusiasm, and I love being with you, Lucy. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, the history is rich indeed. You go back 40 plus years, and I think your success story is amazing because you started with nothing, where you actually had to borrow money.
Well, I tried to borrow money, and banks didn't lend money to women in business in those days, or women who wanted to start a business. So I had to get a client to co-sign a $5,000 note in 1976. So with that $5,000 note, I was off and running, and I've never looked back. It was the best decision I could have made. I come from a long line of entrepreneurs, so it was the natural thing when women were having a very difficult time finding positions that used all their talents. You have to create your own platform. So I did, Michael Saunders Company.
Well, and you were very adventurous. Besides starting the company in difficult years, being a woman, but you were always focused. You had a goal that you were reaching. You now multi-billion-dollar company, but it didn't come easy, I'm sure. And I understand what you had to go through and how you had to invest in technology and be ahead of the game. You were one of the first companies creating websites for your agents and for your company, where you could feature all your listings.
Well, I think, Lucy, if you start with a foundation of values, and that's the core of the company. And so therefore, with values, you want to do what's right every day. And doing what is right, many people think about it as ethical behavior. And of course, that's number one in our book. But doing what's right is keeping up with what agents need and what the customers demand. So for 45 years, we have been adding based on customer demands and trying to stay ahead of the trends. At first, it was print marketing. We were the best in the country in print marketing. I traveled and spoke about it. We shared ideas with people. Then, of course, as technology reared its multiple heads, we, of course, embraced that. So in 1995, we did have a website. I thought, this isn't going to last, but we want to be on the leading edge. So let's have michaelsaunders.com. And of course, now we know 90% of our customers go there first to begin a property search.
One thing didn't change with your company is the investment in your agents and in your employees, in your staff. You always you care about them. You create the environment that it's fun and pleasure to come to work every morning.
It is. It has to be fun for me. So I think that it starts at the top. So we work very, very hard. And I think we have a group of agents, I know we do, who over the years have been market leaders, trendsetters, controlling the upper end market share. We have commanding control there. And so it has been really giving them the tools, the support, both from technology and emotional and non-selling managers and training and 10 people in marketing and 7 people in technology today, on and on and on, so that they can go out and do what they do best, which is be in front of buyers and sellers and be involved in the community. We are big believers in giving back to this community that has given so much to us.
I understand you are on so many boards and you are supporting the community, the environment. You are investing so much energy in your own heart in making sure that the neighborhood is thriving, that everyone is happy. You are part of so many organizations.
Well, I think first of all, it's about our human resources. And I think that human assets in a community and in a company are absolutely the most valuable resources you can have. So yes, we do invest in our people. And then the community, I think, is the second thing that you invest in, because we are known to be environmentally magnificent. We have miles and miles of beaches and waterways and golf courses and rivers and bicycle paths. And we are not kind of a one-show town. Our area on the West Coast is known for culture. It's known for opera, ballet, orchestra, symphony, a Black West Coast troupe that's amazing and travels the country. So the diversity of the arts has brought and attracted a diverse and often a very wealthy group of people who want easy access to the arts, and they have become donors, they have become involved in the community. So we as a company also believe in investing back in this community that has really provided the lifestyles, and I use plural because we have multiple lifestyles for young families, second home buyers, retirees. It's just the perfect community. I am passionate about it.
Well, you don't stop there, because I understand you have really wonderful focus groups where you have your agents and developers and community brainstorming how you can bring everything to another level. How can community benefit from your ideas and from advancing what's taking place in your territory in a way, right?
Well, I think the best kind of input you can give anyone is through focus groups, a diverse focus group who live and work in the community. So we do use focus groups very effectively with our developers. We have been in the new home business and condominium business since I started the company. In fact, in 1976, I started the company to represent a new home community on the beach on Longboat Key. Fast forward today, we are representing one of the most stunning and sought after beachfront developments. The St. Regis will be the manager of the residences and also will be the operator of the 5-star resort. So 18 acres on the beach, 5-star services, which we find today buyers want more and more. So we started with a 42 resident condominium with values that started in the $350,000 range in 1976. Fast forward to today, and we're selling $2 million to $10 million beachfront residences. So focus groups help us guide a developer to put the amenities and the finishes and the activities and to activate their buildings so they're not just 4 walls.
Well, you are working with iconic names like Ritz-Carlton, for example, and they are also flourishing, and they are offering a variety of high-end properties, and you have the exclusive with them.
Well, I mean, amazingly enough, for a city the size of Sarasota, the Ritz-Carlton manages 4 separate properties in separate locations, and we have exclusively marketed all 4 of those residential towers for different developers. So we have brought 4 different lifestyles of Ritz-Carlton living to Sarasota. So new homes is a big part, but the backbone of the company is our residential agents. I mean, they are the heart and soul. They are 650 plus in number. They are involved in every aspect of the market, from the most reasonably priced lot to the most expensive waterfront house. And really, it is all about the agents. They are the success story of the transactions. So it is to choose them well, support them well, provide them with education, time to collaborate, time to be with each other and learn from each other, and then the platform of marketing to be able to promote their properties internationally and nationally, now through multiple channels. I mean, it isn't just print. Now it's digital, it's social media. How much more complex could we get, Lucy?
That is for sure. Well, but speaking about international market, you have played such a great role, big role in leading real estate companies of the world. You were the foundation of Luxury Portfolio International. You brought so much energy and your soul into developing global real estate market, and also your directions that are helping now younger agents to grow and to bring themselves to another level.
Well, I always think about this business as if you don't wake up wanting to be better every day, then it's not the business for you. So really being better every day, early on, it was very clear that Florida was an attraction for international buyers. The Canadians first, UK, France, Germany. And so therefore I thought, well, if it's attractive to them, I better find out how to establish personal relationships with brokers all around the world. So leading real estate companies of the world was that platform of connecting to brokers all over the world, and to have an organization with the strength of leading real estate companies of the world, the support they give independent agents. And I fortunately was chair of the board when we examined what opportunities might be out there for us to offer additional services. I'm all about service. And I felt it was critical for there to be a luxury platform for $1 million plus properties that exclusively dealt and promoted globally $1 million properties. So therefore, I am very happy to say I helped birth Luxury Portfolio International, which is the place to aggregate upper end listings in 70 countries around the world and in every state. So they put out white papers. I have one here that I just presented to my top agents last night in a gathering where we came together, and it was an afternoon tea, high tea, with conversation about what are we doing in this market. We are today in a market that we have not been in. It's uncharted waters. More is being demanded of these amazing agents than ever before. They're working 24/7. So it's to get them together to say, you know, let's release a little pressure. Let's share some ideas. What are we doing? If you have limited inventory, the whole thing is you either get someone to sell or you build it. So we're working with the developers on the building side, but it's to help our 650 plus agents effectively go out and get listings, because you almost have to educate the sellers of today what is happening in the market, because many sellers do not know the equity buildup they now have in their home.
And it's up to you agents to educate them.
Absolutely.
To put them in the right direction and give them the right advice.
Absolutely. So it is to work with them and say, here's what you paid. Here's what your house is now worth. This is a lovely nest egg. And then the sellers will say, oh, but where are we going? So that's when the creativeness of the agents comes in. So we work creatively with where will they go. And fortunately, we are in a still appreciating market, so they can sell where they are, and they can either go from direct waterfront to a condominium, or some want to go into kind of a lifestyle community where there's a level of services. So we have to know all about that, what an agent needs to know today. I'm amazed at the depth of knowledge they need.
And you are offering them support. So you have 200 employees, staff who are constantly available to provide them with information they need, to make sure that they can focus on what they have to focus on, basically servicing their clients. And with shortage of inventory, I would like to come back to that one. It is obvious that your success story is that your portfolio is so diversified. You are beachfront properties. You also have new developments. You have new construction. Your residential, maybe it's the base, but then you have golf communities, for example.
Oh, we have golf communities. We have family neighborhoods. We go as far south as Punta Gorda. We go over to Boca Grande, which is an amazing, unique, magical small community. We go up north, close to St. Petersburg and Tampa. So we have all price ranges. You know, from a $10,000 lot in Northport to a $20 million Gulfront estate. So my goal was to put together a marketing division and technology department that would service all sellers equally. So if you have a $100,000 or $200,000 house, you're going to get the same marketing services. Now, today, things don't stay on the market long enough to need in-depth marketing services. What you need is an agent well-schooled in multiple offers today, which we do. We do training to work with whatever market we are in. And I think that's a secret of success for all agencies, is that all brokerages, that they turn their lens to adjust to the market they're in. And they try and stay ahead of the curve so that they're there to keep the agents ahead of the curve and give them the tools they need. Yes, it's all about technology. You go to conferences and every other speaker is a technology, new shiny object speaker. But really, the essence of our business is relationship. We're trusted advisors. We're docents of the properties that are in our market. We're curators of putting together the properties that I would show you. What I show you might be very different than what I show someone who is. And the amazing thing is, we have to be so on it in terms of knowing our community, because last year, 50% of the buyers in Sarasota, Manatee, and Charlotte counties, which we cover, 50% of them had never owned property in this part of the Gulf Coast. So I used to go to conferences and say years ago, or go to Europe for property shows and say, I am from Sarasota. And they'd say, oh, Saratoga, you must be interested in horses. So I'd say, no, Sarasota, the west coast of Florida. Now we are on everyone's radar. We are such a low tax state compared to New York and Connecticut, California. People are making decisions now that they might pre-pandemic waited 5 years to make. And pandemic has caused everyone to be able to live a lifestyle of their choice. They can work remotely. They need more space because they are in their own home, a teacher, a chef, exercise, entertainment. They want more space today. So it's very interesting how the dynamics of our market have been changed forever, I think. By COVID. I don't think this is something this too will pass. It will pass, we hope, but we've had to learn how to live with it. And in learning how to live with it, buyers want different lifestyles.
Well, I personally so appreciate your input in real estate industry, in what you brought to the world as far as the global real estate approach, the luxury approach, the appreciation of something beautiful, and at the same time, you appreciate people. And I think that is just beyond amazing. And I'm just so happy that I had an opportunity to meet you, because what you brought is not it's not an everyday event.
Well, and I'm so pleased to have had this opportunity, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention our foundation. We have a foundation, the MSC Foundation, and we started it in the worst of times in 2010. And this year we just had a grant cycle, and we crossed over $1 million of investment back into the community for those in need. So I am so proud of our associates, our managers, and our leadership, because I didn't mention that my secret is really surrounding myself with people smarter than I. I have amazing leaders, amazing staff, and our agents simply are the best. So I think that I am a very fortunate woman to have traveled a journey that might have seemed hard 45 years ago, but it was worth every step of the way. I am passionate about this industry, our community, and the state of the industry nationally and globally.
Well, thank you so much, Michael. Thank you. It was such a great pleasure to be here with you. And I just appreciate every moment I spent with you.
Thank you so much, Lucy. This was my honor and my joy.
Thank you.